The Color Morale are set to release their fourth studio album entitled Hold On, Pain Ends. Will it top their previous and highly successful last release? Let's find out. For anyone who doesn't know or wasn't aware, the Color Morale released their 3 previous full-length albums through Rise Records. However, the new one will be put out through Fearless Records. Outer Demons was the first single released by the band to promote this upcoming album. Now, I will say, this song has a lot of the same feel that the last album, No Hope, had. I like it. There's a heavy set of instrumentals, which is, just like the last album, really well done. I really like it. And you can definitely sense more of a clean vocal range from Garrett, their singer. I think that this kind of gave a taste as to what the rest of the album may be like, as to maybe it's more of a clean sounding album more than their previous efforts, which had a lot more screaming. The next single release was Suicide Stigma. Now this actually features Dave Stevens of We Came as Romans. I gotta say, the first track that came out, it didn't catch my ear as much as I wanted it to. However, when this one came out, I really dug it a lot. I like the fact that it's fast-paced, it's heavier. With Dave on it, obviously there's more screaming. So him and Garrett kind of have their screams put together, and it really suits them. I mean, it's definitely showing that it's not a lighter album, but the fact that they can mix everything they've done without those deep growl screams, of course. It's more of that raspy sound that he features on the last album. But this song definitely shows that this album had a lot of potential to be a lot more than what I thought it was going to be. There was another guest vocalist spot on this album. It was on the song Developing Negative. Now this actually features Craig Owens of Chiodos. Now, I gotta say, if we're judging guest vocals here, I gotta go with Craig Owens because I'm a big fan of Craig and I love his singing style. And on this song, it really features how Garrett and his clean vocals and Craig and his clean vocals go really well in the same song together. Just like the screaming of Dave and Garrett go together, the clean vocals of both Craig and Garrett go together so well. And I think this is probably my favorite song on the album. I really like that it's aggressive, it's heavy, and it's upbeat. So it's definitely a song that from start to finish fans will enjoy. I know this is definitely one that when you hear it, bam, you're going to love it. One of the biggest stick-out songs on Hold On, Pain Ends is actually the title track itself. This is what actually closes out the album and is somewhat of an acoustic soft rock song. It starts off with this very soft and mellow acoustic guitar with Garrett and just clean vocals. This song is just clean vocals, which is really awesome because you don't need powerful instrumentals and, just these violent screams or these growly, graspy screams that will just get anyone's attention. No, something like this can get anyone's attention and just bring out the emotion in you, and this track definitely does a great job of it. I think that after this record, which features heavy instrumentals, you got these, very hard, raspy vocals at some points, and, some great clean choruses, but no, this song is just full of emotion. It's really great. The lyrics in the song are right on key, right on spot. I can't get my words right. But yeah, so I really think this is a smart way to end the album. You have fans who get to enjoy this heavy album the entire way through, and then bang, get to the last song, has something like this, which is totally out in left field, caught them off guard. But in the past year and a half, maybe 2 years, the band actually used to have acoustic sets after their shows anyways for fans. So I think it was definitely something that was cool to see from the band, and something that it's not unexpected, but definitely something cool to actually see them put onto a new album. So yeah, definitely props to them for doing that song. Alright, so I'm going to state something I'm sure a lot of people feel. This album is somewhat of a continuation of the last album, No Hope. Now, of course, people found out that No Hope, the Hope stands for Hold On, Pain Ends. Obviously, with this being the title of the new album, it feels like a continuation, and with the sound they are going for on this album, they definitely show that this is probably a part 2. For anyone who used to follow the band on their first 2 records, they were like a big metalcore band. And I love their sound as a metalcore band, but they have now transitioned themselves into somewhat of a post-hardcore sounding group. Now, I know a lot of people don't like change, but I think the band really shows that change can be a good thing. If you're expecting something like We All Have Demons or My Devil in Your Eyes, this album may not be for you. But if you really dig some post-hardcore that has a lot of catchy vocals, some great choruses, and instrumentals that will get stuck in your head because of how catchy they are, I think this album is definitely for you and you should give it a chance. I can say honestly, this did take me a few listens to get into the album. Like I said, change is a good thing, but nothing will ever beat The Devil in My Eyes for this band. I just love that album because it's the first time I heard The Color Morale, and I listened to that from start to finish, fell in love with them, and it, you know, when No Hope came out, I was like, this is a big shock, you know, a big change, but it worked for a lot of fans. It got them even bigger, a bigger fan base, and, you know, it just got them more well-known. And this album will do the same thing. I think this could put them into a mainstream audience, just like a lot of other bands in recent years have done. And, you know, that's why I say props to The Color Morale. But, yeah, I gotta say, I give this album a solid 9 out of 10. Alright, that's it for this review, guys. The Color Morale, Hold On, Pain Ends. This is going to be out soon via Fearless Records. I'm going to put all the stuff down below, like you can pre-order it still, or you can buy it on iTunes. I'll have all the stuff down below. And they're actually releasing a music video in the next few days for their song Pray For Me. I do believe that's the right one. So I'm going to link that down below whenever it is released. If you guys want to stream the album, I'll put that down below as well. All the good links to this, as well as my Facebook, which I post some photos on and some new music and whatever. And you can follow me there and message me if you want, because I'm always messaging people on there and talking, so it's cool. I also have an Instagram. It's @GriffyOverboard. I've had the same name for like a year plus now. It's lame, but you know, you can follow me there too. I'll have all that linked down below. And the main thing, I want to know what you guys think about this album, because the thing about reviews is you get to hear what I say, but I love to hear what you guys say. This album is definitely something that I think a lot of fans would have input on. Some people love the big sound change from The Color Morale. I like it, but they're not my favorite band ever. And I had a chance to see them twice on Warped Tour this summer, and I kind of just chose not to, and I regret it, sort of. But I saw a lot of other bands, and you know, this album is great. Like I said, I think you need to buy it. No doubt, I'm going to pick it up as soon as it comes out at HMV or whatever store that I'm able to find it at, and I'll support the band no matter what. I want to know if you like the sound change, what do you think about this album overall, and what's your 3 favorite songs. So link that all down below. Link that, what? Alright, comment down below. And as well as always, people always want to see me review more albums, so if you got any in mind you want to see, maybe I'll get them done in the next few days. That's about all I got to say, guys. Always remember, it's music for today, music for tomorrow, music for life. Peace out.